Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of What You Talking About Willis podcast. It's me, your boy, Mr. Willis. And like I always do at the beginning of my videos, shout out to all my day ones. You guys have been great. We are growing on the way to 600 subs. So let's keep going. 600, 700, we'll just keep growing. Because we know that we need to speak the truth. And the truth is crazy in a world full of lies. So shout out to y'all. I love y'all. I love interacting with y'all. Again, sorry for the little hiatus I had, but we back. Secondly, those that are new, welcome to the channel. Here we cause chaos one truth at a time. So we do. So if you love truth and you love the results of truth being chaos, because nobody wants to listen to that these days, you're in the right place. Welcome. Love you. Now, let me get to this. I know we're all tired of this woman. At least I am. And if you think like me, then you are too. Okay. Crockett. Jasmine Crockett. It seems to be the Dems' new puppet, per se. I can't stand her. And the fact that she's out here representing black folks is even worse. But see, the Dems pick these characters because they think that's what black folks need to be represented as. Check out my other videos. There's a video of Crockett. When she was first getting into politics, she was very articulate. She said what she needed to say. She was very, polite. Had no issues. Now, since the Democrats ain't got their hands on her, she's just ghetto queen. she's ghetto superstar now. And that's, I guess, what they mold their black folks into being, these ghetto representation of black folks. I guess that's how they see us. Now, another thing about the black community is that you can't think for yourself. If it's anything that's outside of quote unquote blackness or pro-blackness, they got a problem with it. You can't think for yourself. You can't choose a political side for yourself. You can't have your own beliefs. You can't do anything. It has to be on the quote unquote pro-black program, or they cast you out. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it's like that in any other community. I can't speak for any other community because I can only speak on black folks and what I've experienced. Okay? And black folks, quote unquote black folks, speak your mind against the woke black agenda. You don't agree with everything black, then they cast you out. But here's Crockett again. And she got something to say to Trump, I guess, something to say about black folks that support Trump. She's out here running her mouth. Like I said, I know y'all tired of her too. Trust me, I am. But I get sick and tired of these black, quote unquote, leaders per se, or black representation telling the mass how we should think and how we should move.
And so I want people to see him and understand who he is. This is a person that has a problem with people of color, period. I don't care how many black MAGA out there with their hats. I want to be clear when we look at...
Let me just stop right there, okay? She says Trump has a problem with people of color. Now, I've been a supporter of Trump since 2016 when he first ran. Okay, and that's what the woke blackaneers like to tell me, that he's a racist. That's what the white liberals like to tell me, he's a racist. But when I ask him to give me a racist event or something that he did that shows that he's a racist, they can never do it. They can never show me. As a matter of fact, before he became president, all the black super stars, the actors, millionaires, billionaires, rappers, athletes, they were all around Trump all the time. Not one claim that he was racist. Even big old Al Sharpton back in the day, big fat Sharpton. If y'all know Al Sharpton, he used to be big back in the day. And not big like as in his name, big as in he was a big body, a big round mass. Now he looked like a skeleton. But he was hanging out with Trump all the time. I never heard any racist rhetoric or saying that Trump was racist from him. Then all of a sudden he's a racist now. The left lies to you. You see what news network this is, right? You see what news it's CNN. Come on. They never tell the truth, ever. Since I started paying attention to them, be back in 2014, 13, around that time frame, they've never told the truth, ever. Every now and then they correct themselves and be like, oh, well, we were wrong about this. But that's few and far between. But I've never heard, or nobody can give me an example of how Trump is racist. I'm telling you, no one can do it. I've been waiting. I'm sitting here waiting. No one can do it.
At who it is that he's kicking out of this country is people of color. When we look at who he always disrespects and says that they are low IQ, even though when you look at his cabinet, this has to be the most incompetent cabinet we have ever had in the history of this country. When we're talking about people that literally have the ability to drop bombs or order that bombs be dropped or make recommendations that bombs be dropped, and they literally don't know how to get the signal chat right. So we're talking about low IQ individuals, but so long as they say that this guy is their guy, and usually if they work for a certain news network, that's the only qualification that's necessary. I've got news for the president. I am not going anywhere. No matter how many squiggly lines they draw in the state of Texas, I will be back and I will be on his behind and making sure the real accountability that the American people are demanding, whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or independents, that it is had when the Democrats take control of this House in the midterms.
Congressman.
She makes a statement here saying the people that are being kicked out of this country are people of color. First of all, American citizens are all different races, shapes, and sizes. The people that are not American citizens seem to come from one particular area mostly. Why? Because that's our border. The easiest way to come through our country or to a country is through the border. Okay? And we're not kicking regular everyday people out. Why am I explaining this? Why am I explaining this? You guys already know. Illegal immigrants are getting kicked out. As they should. Every other country does it. It's not a big deal. Shouldn't have been here in the first place without the proper procedure. But the last regime decided that that's not a thing. The vice president at that time, Kamala the Hyena Harris, that was supposed to be her job. She had nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, they let millions of people in this country, dangerous people, and American citizens got hurt due to that. And unfortunately, more American citizens could be hurt due to that. That's why Trump is taking such an extreme stance on this to get and deport these people out of this country. That's why. She's an idiot. No matter what ghetto rhetoric she uses, she tries to talk this big game and, we're coming to you. We're going to hold. Nobody cares about what you have to say. And if you listen to someone like her, you're a clown. Just like if you listen to AOC, clown. Ilhan Omar, clown. All these people that are in the government that are Democrats are clowns. There's some on the right too. We know that. But shout out to Texas. You know, they issuing arrest warrants for those clowns who ran because they don't want to do the thing. Listen, if I was at my job and I had a responsibility and I just completely disregarded it and ran away and didn't show up to work, guess what would happen to me? I would be fired. I hope that happens to them if they don't get there and do what they need to do. They talk a big game, but they do nothing. That is the motto of the Democrat. Talk a big game, they do nothing. I want to play the beginning.
And so I want people to see him and understand who he is. This is a person that has a problem with people of color, period. I don't care how many black MAGA out there with their hats. I want to be clear when we look at.
It's crazy that they keep saying that he doesn't like black people when all he does is invite black people to the White House. That's all he does. He invites black people to the White House. He hosts his events. The content creators, the TikTok stars, the people who make YouTube, all those heavy accounts, they all get invited. They all get invited. It's crazy that he appointed Saquon Barkley and a couple other athletes to a position. I think it's something to do with health and physical fitness or something like that. Y'all have to look it up. Let me know in the comments. But, Saquon Barkley went up there to hang out with Trump. Shout out to Saquon, super athlete, jumping over people backwards in the NFL, champion, plays for the Eagles. I hate that because I'm a Commanders fan, but, shout out to him. The people that are hating on him are not white people. Let me say this again. The people that are hating on Saquon are not white people. The racist President Trump gave Saquon Barkley, a black person, a position. Apparently he's racist, but he gave a black person a position. And the people that are mad are black people. And y'all tell me that makes sense? Brainwash. I'm telling you what, man. Like I said, I got nothing to do with the black culture. If you can't even be happy for another black person just because their political affiliation, I just don't know if there's any help for the black culture. I really don't. That's why I'm not a part of it. Say what you want, be mad at me, take my black card, don't invite me to the cookout, call me all this, uncle, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because that position that he got, that he was appointed to by the president of the United States, that's literally the guy of this country. But y'all want to be mad at me because just Trump did it. And I'm supposed to be the bad guy. Again, I'm sorry I went through this. I saw this video, and I know we tired of her, but we got to set the record straight. We're going to keep wearing the hats. We're going to keep supporting Trump. As long as he's doing what he got to do for this country, got no problem with it. And that's for all conservatives. It don't matter who's in office. If they're doing what they have to do for the country, we're going to support them. That's all. We love this country, and we want a president that supports and wants to do everything right for the country. That's it. That's the bottom line. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Go check out the other videos. Spread the word. I appreciate y'all being here. And y'all have a good day. Peace.